Rick, you've talked a lot about Lamonte and Jordan Bowden with turnover issues. They had none tonight. Lamonte had 14 assists. What did you think of what they were able to do in that facet?
Well, they did what, I mean, being the leaders that we needed them to be and do what they did. They were terrific, both of them. When you go back and look, and first of all, we beat a really good basketball team tonight. I mean, Murray State is really, really well coached. The team has had success, and these guys were a big part of that success and run really good stuff. And first half, we weren't very good, but they had a lot to do with that, to be quite honest with you. But Lamonte had to go the distance because of foul trouble, and he was terrific. He was a warrior. He really was. And Jordan Bowden, 2 early fouls affected us because he had to sit for a long time, and we just felt if we could keep it within striking distance, we'd stay there and just keep him off his court as long as we could. And but those guys were terrific, both of them. When you talk about the last 2 games that we had out here in front of a crowd, they had turned it over a lot. But tonight, they played the way you'd expect them to play.
Rod, Corey, and Vince.
Coach, you guys have become known as the program that develops players at a high level since you've been here. What about Eves and the steps he's taken, not only developing his game, but playing in position?
Are you talking about Lamont?
Eve,
all through preseason, once we started statting everything, Eve has been our best 3-point shooter. He was a guy that shot over 50%. And we statted all when we were playing. And he's as hard a worker as we've had. He's gone through a lot. He was a guy that we've counted on in the past to play defense and rebound and just a secondary role. We told him he's going to play a much different role, and he's embraced that. And to be quite honest with you, he didn't practice the last 2 days. He tweaked his back Sunday before we got on the practice court, and Chad and Garrett did an unbelievable job getting him ready because we knew he was going to play yesterday, but he didn't do anything for 2 days, and maybe that's the formula for him. But he was terrific and big shots. First half, they would have been content if we would have shot a 3 every single time. They were determined that we were, and we were going to. When they were there, but we told our guys this is a learning, growing experience where we've got to understand, we've got to work some high percentage area. In the second half, we just took the ball to the baseline and let Lamonte start creating offense, and he was great with it. But Eve, big shots. When we were struggling, no bones about it. We were struggling. He made some big plays for us, and he did it like he knew what he was doing.
Rick, 19 points for Jordan Bowden in the second half, and he really seemed to spark you guys with the shot making there for a while. Is that a role you think he can thrive in moving forward, being your primary scorer?
Well, there's no doubt. Everybody knows. Everybody's going to game plan for him, and what was most impressive in the second half, with Lamonte and Jordan Bowden, they guarded the other team's best 2 players, and they did a terrific job defensively in the second half. Bowden getting in foul trouble hurt us because Josiah wasn't playing with a great deal of confidence at the start of the game. I thought he really settled in the second half, but Lamonte had to stay out there where we could have used Bowden at the point to give him a little bit of a rest, and those guys are going to be game plan for. We know that, but they've been around, they've seen it now, and they're going to have to deal with it. But both of them played a really well balanced game because, like I said, they were both really good defensively for the most part.
Coach McMahon, right here, Coach. Coach McMahon mentioned how your screening action gave them a lot of issues. Can you elaborate a little bit on why you think that was an advantage in the game?
Well, first of all, I'm glad that somebody thinks that we're screening because I don't think we screen well enough, And what we were doing at the end of the game, the teams, they were sagging. There's no doubt they were really back in there wanting us to settle, but we were trying to get in behind them. And we have those 2 guys on the baseline, and Lamonte's in a position he can pretty much go where he needs to go to get the ball, can change direction at any time. And with that offensive set like that, you feel like you've got the board covered. Then we started adding a little ball screen action to it and letting him play, then doing some other things on the backside of it that worked, and guys moving well without the ball. But we will be at our best when we get all 5 guys connected, and we don't have that yet. But when we start screening, and Lamonte does do a great job of playing to the rim. He does a really good job. He doesn't veer out too much, and he's a really good layup maker. He really is. He's having some problems with his shoulder, and he's such a tough warrior, really, because he's trying to deal with it, but he's such a competitive person. He's going to stay out there and fight through it, and that's affected his shot a little bit, but he'll figure it out, because he always does.
Grant, West, Troy.
What did you learn about this team tonight and the way they responded from the way they played and the deficit to do what they did?
Well, again, that's a great question. I think what we learned is that they're willing to fight and make some adjustments with it. But I do think that the older guys led the way for him. And Olivier shows he can do some things. He's just got to, again, young guys just have to really trust the system. That's what they have to do, and they're not there yet. And they don't. But we ask him to play defense against a guy that knows how to score, knows how to get angles. Olivier and Josiah, I think both realize, and I said this to him before the game, you're going to find out that players at Murray State, players that you may not have heard of, can play. They can play. And I said, you guys are going to realize that, and you're going to realize it more and more. And I even asked Lamonte in front of the team, I said, Lamonte, how long did it take you to realize that? He said, Coach, probably a year. I said, well, we don't have a year to figure this out, because these guys can play, and they're really good. And I think that's what younger guys have to figure out, that everybody can play. If you're not ready to play on any given night, you're going to get beat. But also, we felt going into this year, knowing we had these younger guys, that we had to challenge them as much as we could with this schedule. Even if you get burnt somewhere along the way, you got to feel it's going to help you in the long run. You can stay at home and buy 7, 8, 9, 10 wins, but it's not going to get you where you want to go in the long run. And so this schedule that we have is challenging, and I expect our guys to grow up from it.
Rick, some of those closeouts kind of defensively there on the perimeter in the first half, was that maybe them reading Murray State's 3-point numbers from the last game, or just poor awareness, or what?
No. Those 8 in the first half, their 2 best players got 6 of them. We were very upset at halftime with that, because we work every day on closing out with vision, taking away vision. And again, it's one thing if some guys that, and I think they had their post guy, I don't even think he made but 1 all of last year, and he made 2 tonight. But that's not the ones that bother you. The ones that bother you is when you let their 2 best players get 6 of their 8 threes, and without a vision closeout. And we were better, but that's just poor defense, and I can't say it's because of guys not paying attention to scouting. I just think it's not being on edge the way you have to from the very beginning.
Rick, it seems like you've spent the last 3 years trying to convince Jordan that he could be a consistent scorer. In the second half, was that a version of Jordan that you kind of believed he could be all along?
Yeah, I mean, but he's a year older, and he's a guy that he's going to be one guy on the team that's going to take some tough shots at times, but he's capable of doing it. I actually referred to him yesterday. We do a little warm-up drill where we call it short shooting to get shots up quick, but if you watch him do it, he bounces up. I mean, he really counts those 25, 50, 75 reps in a 5-7 minute stretch where he's really working at it. And I think when you've worked as hard as he's worked, good things happen. But he's worked at it, but he takes every rep seriously, and but he knows he's going to be challenged every night, and he's very good moving without the ball. He's good at it. Now that we ran that little play to bring him into the middle, that should have been a layup. He took a shot. I think he was surprised he was so wide open, but that should have been a layup, really. But he's really good moving without the ball, as is Lamonte.
Coach, lots of new pieces, obviously players trying to find where they kind of fit on the floor. What's the biggest thing this team needs to improve right now?
what you just said, learning how to fit, and learning that the young guys, like we have confidence in Jalen Johnson, but he took 3 really difficult shots tonight, that's where he's got to, again, we believe in him, but you know, he can't come in and take, I mean, he's too good a shooter, he missed 2 of them the way that Tom would miss them, you know, and you can't miss shots like that, and when he does, it's because he's rushing shots. He doesn't have to rush shot. Take it, drives to the baseline, turn it over. Plays like, we're not asking those guys to do that, we're just asking them to fit in and to find their role so they will, and the first thing we need them to find out is that they're going to defend and we can count on them defensively, then on the offensive end that they don't hurt us by trying to do things that they don't need to do.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.